Thanks for tuning in for another video. Today what I'm going to be talking about are what I think are the 20 best features of the Amazfit Cheetah Round and 6 things that I don't like. And the don't likes might be a deal breaker for some people, so stay tuned to the end. Hopefully this video will help you decide if this watch is right for you, and if you already have one, it might show you a feature or two that you haven't been using that might be useful for you. So thanks to all my returning viewers, thanks to all my subscribers, I really appreciate the support. I'm going to be going over some features here. Some of them are advanced, some of them are basic, but they're in no particular order. The first one is a basic one. It's the rotating crown, which is great. Not every watch has this, and this just makes it so much easier to access all the menus here and to go through everything real easily. And this also functions as a button, a quick button, and a long press button. You can also customize this. You can customize the long press button to open up any app, and you can customize this bottom button to open up any app. The Cheetah Round comes with an improved GPS that Amazfit calls the Maxtracker, and Amazfit says it is 99.5% accurate. It picks up almost 100% of satellite signals and can access 6 satellite positioning systems. The other great thing is that you can customize the GPS to be more accurate if you need it, or less accurate if you want to save some battery. You can also download offline maps and GPX files, which is great at this price point. The other great feature is that you can change these bands, and any standard 22mm band will work. You just push this pin in, take it out, and put the new one in here. So that gives you a lot of options, and it's not a proprietary band, which I hate when companies do that. So this way you can go to Amazon, buy any 22mm standard band, and it will fit on here. But the band that comes with it is actually very comfortable and adjustable, light. I thought it was very nice. Another question you might have is, can you change these yellow bars? Some people might like that design, some people not, but the band is actually underneath that bar. So even if you change out the band, the yellow bar will still be there. Just keep that in mind. Hope you like the yellow bars. It's 1.39-inch AMOLED screen. It's not the biggest screen, but it is clear, and it is an AMOLED screen, and it does have an ambient light sensor. And I know that some people do like a smaller screen. If you want a bigger screen, the Cheetah Pro is very similar to the Cheetah Round, but it has a 1.45-inch screen, so that might be something for you to look into. The screen is very bright, gets up to 1,000 nits, very easy to see outside, no problem in direct sunlight. If you swipe down, you get the access to the command center, and on here is a bunch of quick toggles that you can change. You can move these around, do whatever you want with them, and it just gives you quick access to all these features that you don't have to go into the settings menu. And if you swipe up, you get access to your day, basically, all information that you might need for the day. This is called the shortcuts. And you get the weather, your sleep, your workouts, your heart rate, all that kind of stuff is right here. And all this is very customizable, and I did a whole video on how to customize all these things. So just click there to find it, and I'll also leave a link in the description. Another great feature of this watch is that it does come with an AI coach, and this will give you general recommendations to how long to train and what your heart rate goal should be for that training session, and this is based on your previous workout activity, and it will modify as you progress or, if you don't progress. The AI coach can also help you get ready for your next run. So you input your goal, say like a marathon in 6 months, and it comes up with a specific plan for you based on your previous performance. You can download music to the Amazfit Cheetah, and it holds 2.3 gigabytes. That's plenty of music for most people, I think. You could also pair your earbuds to the watch, so basically you could leave your phone at home. Just keep in mind that you won't get any notifications then, and there is no LTE version of this watch. Again, in another video, I show you how to pair your buds and download the music if you have any issues doing it yourself. Amazfit is known for making watches that have long battery life, and this watch is no exception. Amazfit says you can expect about 14 days on regular use and 7 days on heavy use. But on average, I found about 10 days of regular use and 4 to 5 days on heavy use, which is still great and better than most other watches. So this watch does come with the Alexa assistant, but it also does have an offline voice control, which is kind of unique, and it can do a bunch of different things. Let me just give you a quick overview of what it might do. So for the offline voice control, you can just open an app, you can enable sleep mode, you can change the brightness, you can go to the next track, you can change your music volume. Let me just show you a couple other things. You could start a workout real quickly. All these things here. Then here's what you could do for the music. Then you can also set an alarm, cancel alarm, you can set a calendar event, then you can do some things like this that may not be as helpful, but it's available. So I'll just show you how that works real quick. Start outdoor run. Open stopwatch. So that offline voice control is convenient if you just don't want to hit the buttons or if your hands aren't free. Another thing that this watch has is a sleep mode. So I'll just access it quick right here, and it's just up here, and I'll show you what that actually is. So if you go into bed, you can just enable that. You could do it manually, and you can see the icon up there indicating that it's on, or you could have this set so it does go on automatically when you go to bed. Now, if I were in the middle of the night, when you open this up, you just get this little dim screen here instead of that big bright screen. So that's kind of helpful. So this watch also has a button mode, and basically what that does, if you enable it, then you don't really need to use the screen much. So with the buttons here, the top button and the crown and the back button here, you can access probably about 90–95% of all the features of the watch. And that's great if you're wearing gloves or if you're working out and you're all sweaty and the screen's not activating, very good to your touch. You could just put it into the button mode. I didn't really like it. I like to swipe and interact, but you could toggle that on and off real easy. You could also customize the data that you see on during your workout. Let me just show you what that looks like. So you go here, and I'm just going to do outdoor running. Now if we go to settings here, I'm going to go to more, and the data page. So this is the data screen here, and you could have a bunch of different screens here that I'm just scrolling through, and you could change each one of these points and to whatever you want. And you could, like I said, you could add a page, take away a page, do whatever you want. Real easy to do. Now, the other great thing is that I could set this up for my outdoor running and show the data whatever I want. But then if my indoor walking or if my strength training or something like that, I could have a whole different set of data points that the watch will save automatically. And then it will display it just as you want it. So you can customize just about everything and for each different exercise, which is great. So another great feature of this is that it can track all your exercises when you're doing workouts in the gym. It will keep track of the actual exercise you're doing automatically. So you just start doing it and it will keep track of it. That is not 100% accurate, but it's fairly good. And then it will also record the amount of sets you're doing, your reps. It will record the rest in between, and you could actually input the weight that you're using right on the watch while you're doing it. So that's great. Then if you get home and everything's not 100% accurate, you can edit everything. So let me just show you that. So we're just going to go into the Zepp app here, and then we go into the home page, and this is a lot of data on here, but I'm just going to access a little workout I did today. We'll click on that. This is the strength training. This is all the details you can get there. So a lot of stuff that's available. And then it shows you kind of the muscle groups that you worked out. And this is all the exercises that you did. And you can see here, honestly, most of these were wrong today. Sometimes it gets it pretty close, maybe 70%, 80% right, but sometimes it doesn't, obviously. But not all these things you can edit, and you can put in the actual exercise that you did. It has good days and bad days. Today was a bad day, but sometimes it does get most of them right. And then, again, you got the counts of the reps in here. You could have the weight that you could input, and you could edit at home if you want, or you could do it right on the watch while you're in the gym. And then also it keeps you track of your time and your heart rate while you're doing it. So the watch does have 24-hour monitoring of your heart rate, blood oxygen, and stress. And it also does have automatic heart rate zones. So it just kind of picks the automatic zones. But when you are working out, you will actually see the zone, and it will change colors depending on what zone you're in. So while you're running or riding your bike and you want to stay in a specific heart rate zone, so if you just glance at it quick and you see the color of the heart rate, then you know what zone you're in, which is really easy to find and easy to do while you're moving quickly. Now, let's get into 6 things that I did not like. The screen is made out of tempered glass, and it kind of scratches easy and will kind of crack easy. So if you do get this, make sure you do get a screen protector on there. There's also no speaker on this, so you can't receive phone calls, obviously. And there's also, if there's any alerts or notifications, you can't get any audible chimes on it. You do get text notifications, but you can't respond with a keyboard at all, so you can't type in your own response. The only thing you can respond with are texts that you kind of pre-made, and then you can pick which one of those that you want to send out. The other thing I did not like is, and this is kind of characteristic of all Amazfit watches, I think, the ambient light sensor is too aggressive, and it keeps the screen too dim for me. A lot of times I take it off the auto mode because otherwise it's just too dim inside. Obviously it does this to save battery, but the screen is just too dim, so I wind up disengaging it and just manually picking my brightness on there. There's no third-party apps. The only apps that are available are ones from the Zepp app, which is kind of limited. Another negative is that there is no wireless charging. So it's great battery life, but if you do need to charge it and you're away for the weekend or something like that, you have to remember to bring the charging unit here. It's just a magnetic clip that clips on the back. And it's not doesn't stay in there terribly well, but it stays in there well enough. And if you put that down, you charge it. But again, you just have to bring this with you. You can't just charge this using your phone. So this video was just to show you what the features are on the Cheetah watch. I have another video where I go over all the tips and tricks and how to do all this stuff, and I'll link that in the description below. Then another thing to keep in mind is that there is another Amazfit product called the GTR 4, which is actually very similar to this, and it's a little bit of an older watch, so it would be less expensive, and it's actually on sale a lot more frequently, and it delivers most of the features that this watch offers. So that might be something you could look into. I have several videos on the GTR 4, the full review and tips and tricks and all the features on that watch, so you can compare them, and hopefully that will help you decide. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And if this was helpful at all, please consider subscribing and liking. YouTube really does pay attention to those things. If there's any features that you use all the time that I missed, please leave it in the comments, and maybe someone else will find it useful. But again, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.